Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
Everybody, and welcome to the morning show. It is kind of a dreary Monday out there, but we can definitely use some rain, so we're not going to complain about any of that. And we have some very special guests here in the studio today to talk about a very special event for some very special people coming up here this coming Thursday, I believe. Is that right?
Yes.
Is it that close to the 12th of December already?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
December is flying by.
Yes, it is. I swear, it was Halloween like last week.
Right.
I swear, it was Halloween last week. So anyway, but welcome to the program. And we are going to talk about a very special event that is coming up Thursday. And basically let you know how you can help out and get something, delicious to eat and have some fun along the way. So welcome, everybody. Could you introduce yourselves?
Terry Game.
I'm Cindy Wagner.
I'm Rhonda Downey.
And could you pull up just a little bit there, Rhonda, just make sure everybody can hear you.
Okay.
Because you guys have important things to say.
Yes, we do. We have an event this Thursday, and we're hoping we get as many people to come as possible. Please come. We're going to have Santa Claus is going to be there. We're going to have chicken and noodles. We're going to have a split the pot, and we're going to have live music. Thirsty Pony's going to perform. It's going to be this Thursday, the 12th. The doors open at 5. We're open till 8. The chicken noodle dinner and a drink and desserts, $10. And we're going to have tons of Chinese auction items, which everybody loves. So please come. Thirsty Pony is the band that's going to perform. And please come. We need as many people to show up as possible. This is for to support the Jackson County Homelessness Committee. We do all we can in the community to help the homeless.
And it's donations that keep us going rather than somebody just...
Absolutely. So let's back up for a minute and talk about the Homelessness Committee and how it all kind of works and what you all do.
We start with transitional housing. So we have 5 homes in Jackson County where we house people who are homeless. We house families. We have 2 homes that are 2 bedrooms where we can house families with children. And then we have 3 other homes. They're 1 bedrooms, but we try to house as many people there as also. Do you have the stats on how many people we've housed this year?
Yeah, so far this year, we've housed 12 families, and that's a lot of people, though, those families. Right now in our homes, we have seven children in our homes, too. And we help with rent. So this year we spent $8,576.70 for helping people out with their rent. We help with utilities, like gas and water and electric, and we spent $1,390 for that, then a gas card and an occasional hotel room. Mm-hmm. So altogether, we spent $10,146 just on this part of it, and then there's other expenses too.
Sure. Okay, so when you're in our homes, you pay nothing.
Zip.
I mean, you pay nothing. Yeah. So if you come to us with a job, that's money that you're putting in your pocket because you're going to have money to pay deposits and to get into somewhere eventually. Mm-hmm. So when you come to us, we get you the basic needs in the home while you're there. We pay all utilities. We pay everything. You pay nothing while you're there. And that's why we call it transitional housing. So what we do is we get them set up with other organizations like Metro Housing, Integrated Services, and then we try to help them find housing. You know, we try to...
Which is hard right now.
And especially with the price of rent.
Yeah.
And if you have a house already and you're and you're away from a payment on your house to keep it, or your bill to be paid, we can help you out that way and keep you from becoming homeless.
That's a
also
really good point too.
preventative. So we try to prevent homelessness because you're only one rent payment from being evicted.
Right.
Let me tell you, or your utilities get turned off, and then that's a whole other situation because it's just about as much as rent to get your utilities
And they
turned
can
back
ask
on.
you then to leave because you aren't fulfilling your need, and we want to help those people overcome that obstacle.
Right.
Sure.
So a landlord is going to get notified if utilities are shut off. Then the landlord's going to go after the tenant. If the tenant can't pay it, then the landlord's going to evict them. So we also help with keeping utilities turned on. We help with deposits for families who cannot get
It's
in
a big
places.
one.
Yeah, deposits are big. We help with deposits. Anything we can to get you housed and then prevent you from losing the house you have.
And let's talk about I think when people think of homeless, they think about bad. Like you've done something that you are a bad person, or you are addicted to drugs, or you something bad. You've chosen to do something bad, and you deserve it, kind of thing. And I don't think that at all. There are so many reasons where people can find themselves in this situation. So having some empathy here this time of the year, could we talk about the reasons that necessarily aren't like anyone's fault? Because there are so many reasons why someone may become homeless.
We have a lot of domestic violence cases.
Yep.
Where the mother leaves with the children. We have a lot of those. We do background checks on everyone we house,
Okay.
and we do drug tests. The health department does our drug test for us on everyone we house.
Okay.
So we know the people that go into our homes that we help are not addicts. We have people who just got behind. They had a car accident. They had to pay a car bill instead of rent. Medical bills instead of rent, and they can't catch up, and they end up evicted on the streets. They don't call us in time, and then we house people that just
Yeah, we've had 187 requests on the phone line this year.
Really?
Yeah, that's a lot. And in those requests, that's 187 requests, so it could be multiple people in the families. And within that number, there were 118 children involved in those requests.
yes, it's
And we
very-
can't help everybody, and we do get requests from out of state, Tennessee, West Virginia, different places.
Really?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page, and if people that maybe were from Jackson or trying to get here, they'll call us also.
It's because we really help the people
Yes.
that we house.
Because
We
you
really-
all work really hard at this.
But and also the people that we have in those houses, some of those people are really inventive and really made the place really look homey. And I was really surprised. They went in last week, and this house was really nice. Gosh, it was really decorated. It really looked nice. And they were homeless. Yeah, they were having some trouble, but they got over that problem and they fixed the house up and it really looks nice. And they're able to move on. And these people probably they'll be okay for themselves.
Sure.
But it really made me feel good inside that here they were. They're taking care of themselves. They're making the best of the situation. And
Well,
I really like that.
Yeah, and I think what you guys are doing is trying to help people help themselves.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And just give a little boost up. Listen, none of us can make it in this world without a little help from our friends, you
Oh,
know,
gosh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like some luck along the way, maybe somebody that gives you that boost one day that you might need, and that's what you all are there for.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
some kind of song. I need a little help from my friends.
That's
and there they
right.
are. They did it, and we're okay, and we're helping those people and making life better for them, and they can go on and they can move and they can have a good life in themselves.
We have had families whose their homes have caught on fire,
Oh.
lost their homes.
See, and again, that's
No,
Right.
yeah.
it's what do you do?
Right.
We have a little lady right now who is in a hoarder situation where her house just got to the point where it's not livable. So we have her right now. And it's what we try usually when they leave us with income and they leave us usually with a voucher
Uh-huh.
and a place to go.
There you go.
They don't leave and go back out on the streets. So when they leave us able to care for themselves moving forward.
So is the homelessness committee, do you all look at it as kind of like a transition period? I mean, when you put somebody in one of your homes, that's not a permanent situation, right?
Right.
It's kind of like you're trying to help that person help themselves to find their own.
You know, we let them know that this is only for so long.
Okay.
And for them to take full advantage of what's going on here, and then they can go ahead and save their bucks and be able,
That's awesome.
when we do find them a place, they're ready to jump into
And we
it.
check in on them. We stay in contact. There's things they have to do, goals they have to meet. It's not, we just don't drop them in there and they stay. Some we keep a little longer than other times. Depends on if there's certain things on their record, like an eviction. If there's an eviction, it's hard for us to house them. But
Okay.
we do take people that have evictions on their record because, they have nowhere to go.
Sure.
But if there's an eviction, we have to find a landlord that's willing to take them. So it's a little harder to move them. But we try the best
Yeah.
we can.
Yeah. When you have a rent of $900, you want to make sure you get this person someplace so they can make it.
Well, I know in having some rental properties myself, you all had helped somebody that I know, and he was in a divorce situation. And of course, the wife and the kids were staying in the home. He didn't have, a place to go. And so you all helped with, rent at one of our places to, I think, to, get him a place to stay 1 month, and then he was like, okay, now I'm good. But getting those, deposits and all that, it is a lot of money, especially when you're paying utility deposits
Right,
and
right.
all of that stuff.
And you might
so-
have past bills. We've noticed that with some of our folks.
That's
They
something we
move in,
ran
they've
into.
had past
yes.
electric bills.
Oh, that they have to pay too.
Yeah.
Right, before they can
Yeah.
get the utilities in their name. So
I
that's,
gotcha.
that's the big one, and we've been hit with that hard lately. We had one incidence where we had to pay a $3,000 back bill for someone.
How did it get that high?
Yeah, I don't know, but we did
What?
pay it, so that's what I mean. We really need
Utility companies don't forget.
No, they don't. They do that thing called your social security number,
They
and
use
Right.
that. They
Dang
use that a lot. Yeah, right.
they keep us all under wraps.
You need to speak up, and if you've got a problem, speak up, ask for help before everything gets too
before it
high.
gets too out
Right.
of control.
Yeah.
Right. There is definitely a homeless issue in Jackson County, and a lot of people don't want to believe it, but it's
Well,
there.
That was
And-
going to be my next question. What would you say to someone that says there isn't an issue?
I would say, come on with me, and I'll
Yeah.
show you the issue.
Yeah.
Yes, because there's a huge issue. We get calls all day long, and we can't help everybody, and we don't have the funds to help everyone. So we need we receive no state funding, no federal funding. We are nothing but donations.
And
So-
we're an all volunteer committee too, so
We're
nobody
all
gets paid
volunteer.
for any of
Nobody
this.
gets paid.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we really need help right now because with the rent and the utilities the way they've been, we're down on funds. So we really need as much help as the community can give us.
Well, and here's the thing too. The winter is not safe. You can't be living outside or in your car, or horrible things are going to happen if a family's if they don't have anywhere to go in the winter. So that's a tough one too.
If you're lucky enough to have a car. Many of our
Yes.
folks don't have cars,
Agreed.
so it's hard to find work for them also. It's got to be someplace where they can walk to.
It's this whole catch-22 thing. I know I interviewed a guy one time, and I, said, here's an application, right down. And he said, I don't have an address. And I was like, wow, okay. Wow.
I didn't think about that either, but if you don't have an address, they can't help
It's-
you. And they can't send you
It's
money,
just
or they
this
can't send you
vicious
something.
cycle
Yeah,
of
that has a place to live. And
Yeah.
the city is doing the best they can in terms of fixing the city up, bringing in businesses, and then we're helping them. People find a place to live, find a place to work, and together be able to make a difference in the lives of these people, and helping them get a job and keeping things going.
Well, I want to just commend you all for what you're doing, because I'd say that they're quite, I would say what you're doing is rare in most communities. I don't know that everybody has a homelessness committee working as hard as you all do to take care of our own.
They say thank you for doing what we're doing.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, there's no shelter, in the county. So I have a shelter list. So the people that we can't house, or they're from different counties, then they get that text to them with all the shelters and the phone numbers and addresses in surrounding counties. That
Are there shelters around here?
Yeah.
Yes, Athens, Chillicothe,
Waverly,
Gallipolis.
Gallipolis.
How does one go about doing that? I'm sure that's something that you've explored.
You have to call yourself. Yeah, I can't call and say, "Do you have a room for them?" Because they won't talk to me.
Are
Typically.
you talking about
No, I
having
mean,
one
how do we
in this
establish
county?
a shelter? Yeah.
Oh,
Has that been?
That we did look into that. We ran into zoning issues, and
And you have to have people there.
yeah, we'd have
All
to have
the
somebody
time,
there
and
to
we
work.
don't
We
have
would have
that.
to have more funding. We would have to probably apply for funding. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how that would. We've looked into it. We've ran into some roadblocks in the county.
And people say, well, let's do A, B, and C. But it's just not that easy. There's things that have to be done first.
I don't know. I'm just gonna preach off my soapbox for a minute. The government spends a whole crap ton of money on a lot of stupid things.
Yes.
Seems like they could help on
Yes,
something
I
that this
agree.
is this no brainer of a situation.
It'd be nice just to get a check in the mail, $1 million, and now spend it on this and that.
It'd be nice to be able to transport them.
Right.
And, have ways to get someone that's in the cold to somewhere warm. And see, we don't have any way to transport because we don't have a vehicle. And then we also, we want to be safe. So we don't want to just go and pick up somebody without knowing their history or knowing
Yeah.
whether they are on drugs. So we would have to,
Right.
we do everything in pairs. When we do house visits, we do everything in pairs because they could bring in visitors. But honestly, we've been very lucky. We've had the people, like I said, we vet them very well. We do drug tests, and the families we've had are really families in need. We've been very, very
right.
lucky. Now, we've had a couple that put
Listen,
put
it's
butter
always
on the walls.
it's
but-
always,
That
it's
was
always
nasty,
going to
yeah.
happen.
Yeah. But for the most part, we have been very lucky and had very thankful individuals. And it's really nice to see them move on and be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one that works at La Rosa's, and every time I see her, I know her story, and she's doing so well. And every time I see her, it just I don't know, brings a smile to my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We help somebody and they
Yeah.
are appreciative and they're moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like help somebody help themselves. It's
Right,
great.
right.
And the kids.
Win-win.
The kids.
Oh, the little kids are
we have
unbelievable.
we have a part of our funds is we have a child fund.
Okay.
So we will, if they can't buy anything for their children for the holidays, we will do that as well. So,
Yeah, just to see the little kids,
Yeah.
their faces as they run around the room. There's not that much room, but they're happy to be out of the car.
Sure, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like, no, I get that.
we recently had 2 churches, 2 in the county, that made blessing bags for us with all kinds of supplies in there. And we have those for people that are on the street, but I put them in the houses too. And the last one I put in, the 3 little girls, they just went through those bags, and there was all kinds of goodies in there for them. And toilet paper, which is important. So toilet paper,
basic
nail
things that we take
clippers.
for granted,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they don't have.
Yep. No, I have always, I'll second preach on the soapbox today. There are certain things in this world that we should not have to pay for. Toilet paper is one of them.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Everybody should just be given toilet paper.
I agree. That's true.
Well,
Well,
that's,
if you come to
yeah,
our
that-
house, you will get some.
Well, good.
And the soft kind, too.
Oh, yay! Not
Yeah,
the
not-
stuff that your fingers go right through.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
try
the
to
good stuff. Uh-huh.
roll it off the.
But
off
we do
the
have
thing.
a lot of expenses with our homes.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
We really do. In the summer, we have to have somebody mow the grass. So if anybody would like to volunteer to mow our grass in the summer, that would be wonderful. Because that's something we struggle with, is finding someone to mow the grass. It's expensive to pay someone to mow the grass.
Very. Well, gas is expensive, and
Right.
I mean, you get it.
Well, we own all that stuff, too, yeah.
So, the people that you help, is this Jackson County? Is it the city of Jackson? Is it? Can
Whole
you?
county.
The whole
Okay.
And
county.
it's only Jackson County residents that we help. We get calls from other
sure,
places,
yeah.
but we help only our individuals.
How do you, gosh, as you said, you had have 100 and some
87 calls.
calls and can help, maybe 12 families or whatever. How on earth do you decide, or what do you do? How does that work? My goodness.
It's tough. It depends on the circumstances
Sure.
sometimes, and whether they have children or not. That's obviously something that's important to be able to have the children in a safe place.
Yeah.
And if we can't help them, as I said, we do refer them out to shelters and other agencies.
Okay.
And that's
Most
the best
important
we
thing
can
if
do.
you're homeless is to get your name on the list for an apartment. Get on the waiting list everywhere at all the apartments in Jackson County. Metro, Holly Hills, Jackson Family, Jackson Retirement.
Because they are subsidized, like a lot of them, right?
Yes,
Like,
get on the waiting list, because even if we house you, we have to keep you for a while before we can get. If you don't get on those waiting lists,
and they're long. They can be long.
They can be long. So the most important thing, if you are homeless, get your documents
Okay.
and get on a waiting list. Go
And if
to-
you show yourself to be promising, then that's going to help out too. When we get done with you, can you continue on?
Sure.
Not just
Do you have,
Yeah.
are you willing to
Yeah,
work? Are you
yeah.
going to
All that
continue
stuff's important.
to keep a job, stay clean, all that stuff, right?
right.
you can't just drop the ball. You got to keep it going.
And it's hard to go for an interview too if you can't shower.
Oh
So,
gosh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
again, this all goes back to what I was saying earlier about the guy that I interviewed that was like, I don't have an address and I don't have a phone. And I'm like, okay, like, how are we going to work through this whole situation? And it was the first time that had ever happened. And I was like, wow, this dude's trying, but he doesn't have anything to boost him
Right.
along the way. So,
The
yeah.
reality is, it really bites when you run across a situation like that. Cause
And you do need a place to shower.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say I live on, my uncle's couch at blah, blah, blah.
No, yeah,
You
you gotta
know,
have-
like, that's not,
No.
I'll be there on Tuesday. Like, that's
Yeah,
not
that's true, too.
okay.
Yeah.
That is the situation, right?
It is very, yeah, legit.
And unfortunately, some folks the family's willing to take people in, but short term too, because they
Yes.
don't have room or they can't keep them because they're in
Subsidized housing where you're not allowed to have people.
Yeah.
You
stay.
can't have people stay.
Right.
Yep. Again,
Couch
it just-
surfing, that's
Yeah.
that's
And
nasty.
they're at risk of losing their housing by letting their family members stay.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's a just
is.
a whole thing. All right. So for those of individuals listening to this today, how can we all help?
Please come to this fundraiser this Thursday. It is at Christ Church of Jackson in the Family Life Center. Please come. If you cannot come, you can mail any monetary donations to P.O. Box 734 Jackson. You can call us at
740-577-5282.
and any message that's left will be returned. But please, anything you can do, even $10, anything that you can do, we need as much help as we can get. Here's the flyer. I'm going to try to get them posted as in many businesses as I can this week. But please come. We have a good time last year, didn't we, Cindy? That's how we met Cindy.
Yeah.
She actually attended last year, and then she wanted to join the board. So please come and
That's great.
Bring your kids. We're going to have Santa Claus. We're going to have food. And the Chinese auction items, they went off. I mean, great last year. So everybody loved it. It was fun.
Yeah.
But please come. The band's going to be there. Thirsty Pony, they're coming. And just please come and help any way you can.
And what we're talking about is the Hope for the Homeless fundraiser sponsored by the Jackson County Homelessness Committee. And again, this is going to be at the Christ Family Life Center, which is right there beside the
Police station.
Thank you, here in Jackson. And it's a wonderful venue to host things like this. It's easy to get in and out of. There's parking. It's all one floor. No
of
problems
space.
there. And there will be chicken and noodles.
Yes, there will be. Very
Right,
good
right.
ones.
Yeah, right.
You said Lynn Starkey's doing the chicken and noodles?
Lynn's doing the chicken and noodles. Yep.
No pressure, Lynn. We just called you out. But a chicken noodle dinner, I assume there will be some mashed potatoes maybe
Mashed
with
potatoes, green beans, a roll, and dessert,
that.
and drink provided by her. She's providing the drinks.
Oh,
Not ones with alcohol in them, but not stuff we brewed at the brewery, but other things.
Yes.
I mean, I guess I could provide that too
I
if
can stop
somebody
by there afterwards.
Yes. Stop by the Six
Yes,
Sense
there you go.
afterwards. Yes. Right
Stop
up
by.
the street.
Yes, you've got it. And all of that is for $10. And listen, it's $10 to have a great meal, and to have some great fellowship and to help of something that is so much needed in our community. There will be a Chinese auction as well. What are some of the items that you guys can think of that are in the Chinese auction?
We have lots of gift cards.
Lots of
the
gift
business has been very, very generous in donating gift cards.
Okay.
We have books. We have a couple gift baskets.
A lot of salon items.
Yes, nail salon, hair salon.
Some
Barbershop.
crafts, flags. Oh my gosh, we've got so much.
Yeah.
Candles, outdoor ground lights.
Yep.
Nice.
Decorations.
yeah, it's worth coming down. It's worth coming
Yes.
down to see because there's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we have a lot
Right.
of Chinese auction items, and there's going to be a really cute little 4-foot Christmas tree there that's going to be auctioned off as well. So
Very good. And here's the thing, even if you don't want to eat, but maybe you want to help, stop by. If you want to just eat, stop by. Like you don't
Right,
have to
right,
stay
right.
the
Take it
whole
out.
time.
Or take out.
Food-
Take
or
out.
Take it.
We're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
have
take it
available
home
as
with
well.
you.
Yep. Just
I ate
wanna-
one last year, and then I took out one too for the next day. So
That's
Oh,
actually
really?
smart. Yeah. I mean, for $10, you
Yeah.
can't beat
But a
that.
complete thing. Yeah, exactly.
And then bring the kids because Santa Claus will be there and there will be that 50-50 raffle as well. And then Thirsty Pony. And so we were just talking off the air about the fact that we're going to try to sucker Thirsty Pony into singing some Christmas.
songs.
Wonder if they have that in their repertoire.
Yeah, we'll have to let them know. Play some Christmas songs. Yeah.
But no, I know that they are very, very good, and that will be a lot of fun along the way too.
Yes.
So, what are your, goals looking forward for the homelessness committee? Anything that you all have that you'd really like to do and work toward?
We have property in Wellston. We have always thought about putting a transitional house in Wellston. That's something we've looked at. We have some other land in Jackson as well. But we would have to have a lot more money because it takes what we have just to keep what we have going.
Okay, well, that's where you all come in. If you are feeling like being very helpful this time of the year or any time of the year, please get hold of one of these folks. Now, are you all still based out of the Christ Church?
Yes.
So,
Out of your church, out of Christian church.
Christian
Jackson
Church.
Christian Church, yeah,
Yes.
not
oh,
the
Jackson
Christ
Christian
Christian
Church.
Church.
That's where our
yeah,
meetings
just down
are.
the street.
And where is that located?
On the corner of Broad and Broadway,
Across from Mayhew.
across from Mayhew Brown. And across the street-
Okay.
And right kind of corner to the museum.
Okay, yep, I know exactly
And
what
we're
you're talking
up
about.
on the second floor. We have a room, and we can meet there. We have our storage there, and we can work from right there.
And are you hoping for new or additional members as well?
Yes,
like if
please,
somebody
yeah.
wants to
Yes, if
donate their
anybody-
time?
If anybody's interested, please let us know. Just call the number.
Yeah, call the number.
Just tell them the number again.
577-5282.
Call the number. We have a Facebook. Tell them about our Facebook.
Yes, Jackson County Homelessness Committee Facebook page.
Okay.
We'll have this on there in a little bit, hopefully, our interview on there.
Yeah.
Just new
absolutely.
ideas and new faces
Yeah.
can go a long way.
Sure, absolutely. And that's the thing, heck, we all have different ideas and things. Somebody could throw something out and you say, well, what the heck? Why didn't I think of that?
Right.
We just
Right.
recently acquired a storage unit that we put beside our houses, and we have been able to take some donations in then.
Furniture
So we've had
Oh, great.
3 couch donations, and some of our furniture was a little bit well worn in a couple of our houses, so we were able to replace that.
Wonderful.
Kitchen supplies, all those sorts of things.
Cindy has been doing interior decorating.
Right.
She
right.
had.
Yeah,
Could you come to my home, please? I would appreciate that.
2 of our homes are on Vine Street, and she has them looking very nice.
Yes. Actually, one of the families has some experience in construction, and they did some painting in the house
Good.
and some wall repairs.
Oh, it
yes, they've
looks
been
nice
very-
too.
yes.
Paint the walls
Yeah,
and
it's beautiful.
furniture looks real nice.
It's amazing what a little bit of paint can
Oh,
do,
gosh, it is.
isn't it? But yeah, but again, that all costs money too.
Yeah, it does.
I've come to the conclusion you can't skimp on paint. Like, just you have to buy nice paint. Because if not, you're going to spend 3 times as much painting in your time painting and painting and painting
Right.
and painting. So don't skip on paint.
I agree.
Public service announcement for the day: buy good paint.
Buy good paint.
Sherwin-Williams, one of the Do It centers, one of their brands, and you'll be in good shape.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. So what else would you all like to tell our viewers while you're here?
That homelessness is for real, and that we need to go ahead and step in and make a difference for these people. A lot of them have just fallen into this without thinking, without realizing it, and they need help to get out to be able to go ahead and be productive citizens in the future.
That's
and
right.
it's not just here today, gone tomorrow. It's a lifetime.
It is, and there are so many reasons why somebody can get down on their luck that we can't even list them all here today. And I would say way more are not anybody's fault than are somebody's fault or bad choice that they've made along the way or
Very true,
whatever.
very true.
And we didn't talk about it, but mental illness is a big one too, where people, they just, it's so sad. There's just nowhere for them to go.
So much stress, and they just can't cope anymore.
Yeah. And I don't know what the answer to that is either, but again, we spend a whole lot of money on stupid things in this country.
Yes, we do.
The fact that we don't take care of our folks out there that are mentally ill is disgusting to me.
And a lot of them
That's
are
my
veterans.
soapbox again.
A lot
Yes.
of them are veterans, and they need to be taken care of.
They do. And I don't know. It's just, it's not right.
Right. We do, like I said, partner with Integrated. So Integrated we do have some individuals where Integrated will follow up with them. They'll come in and check on them.
That's great.
And make sure they're following up, making sure they're taking their medication. Medication's a big one, making sure they stay on their medication. And, you have to check on them. You can't just put them in there and not check on them. So that's what we do.
Yeah, you
We
don't
make
set it
sure-
and forget it. You gotta
Right.
keep up on it.
You do.
And they've been educated in that field, and they know what they're talking about, and they're easy to work with. I like those people.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is all, that we are so fortunate to have so many organizations that kind of all work together for the betterment of, our society here. It's one good thing about living in a small community. We tend to kind of try to take care of our own
Right.
people. And as we should,
We should. Yes.
because we're nice here and we care.
We're caring people. That's
Yeah.
right.
We hillbillies down here in Appalach,
Right, you can
we
say-
do. You could say a whole lot about us, but we do take care
there's
of.
there's all kind of bad ththings, but yet we take care of our people. That's very true.
We may talk funny, but that's okay.
Yes. That's okay.
I remember when my first week in college, I went to Columbus, and everyone was like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Jackson," and they're like, "Mississippi." I'm like, "No, why?" I'm like, "Never mind. I guess I do talk funny."
We don't notice it.
Because we all talk funny.
We all talk the same way. That's right.
No, it's cute. But okay, well, you all do not forget, please, please, please come out this coming Thursday to the Hope for the Homeless dinner, which would be at the Christ Family Life Center this coming Thursday. Doors open at 5. We'll go till 8, and then there will be, some auctions and 50-50, and of course that great noodle dinner and all of the things to help our homeless population here in Jackson County, and it is much needed. So
Yes, please come.
Please
Please
come.
help. We really need the help.
And have a good time.
yeah, and have
thank
a
you.
good time as well, and you'll have some great tea from 6 Cents.
Yes.
And if you could just feel it in your heart to mail a monetary donation, it would go to P.O. Box 734 here in Jackson, 45640, in case you don't know about that. So, all right. Well, I can let you guys get out of here. Adrian, do we have anything else going on today?
Not to my knowledge, but I can hop on if you.
Okay. Well, Adrian said he'll come over and talk to me, so I'll let you
Well,
guys
thank
get
you
out of
very
here.
much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you for-
much.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
community.
We appreciate
you.
it. And do you all have any fun Christmas plans coming up?
Nope.
Just get through
Play with
it,
my grandbaby.
right? That sounds like it's just a horrible time.
Oh yeah, he's 4, so this is going to be his he's really excited this year.
Oh, yeah.
Every day, is, can I open my presents now? No, we have a calendar, so every day when he comes, we're marking this will be the day. So every day he's closer to the day when he can open presents. And
That's
fun.
hard when you're 4 years old.
Yes.
Listen, yes, you are not kidding.
Yes, so it's gonna. I'm looking forward to that. And
As we all complain that time flies, when you're 4 years old, it doesn't go fast
really
enough.
slow.
Yeah, it just doesn't
Yes,
go fast enough,
it's going
does it?
really slow.
Too many sleeps.
Yes. How many sleeps is it?
He's so funny. But
That's cute. Well, very good. Well, you all, we'll let
Thank
you get
you
out
for
of here.
having us.
Thank you so much
thanks
for spending
doing
your
this,
morning
you.
with
and
us.
Thank you for donating.
Yes.
Oh, it's
I
our
appreciate
pleasure. Our pleasure. And do not forget to get out this coming
We'll
Thursday.
see you Thursday.
Yes,
See you Thursday.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Get some great chicken and noodles and all of the stuff and things, and you'll be very happy that you did.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you very
Of
much.
course. All right. Well, Dylan walked in too. He can come over and talk to us as well. Oh, goody. I can just harass you boys all morning long. And best of luck Thursday, kids.
Thank you.
Of course. There you go. Come on over, boys. We'll talk about Christmas for a moment.
Yay, Christmas!
Yay, Christmas. So I'm thinking that you all should sing your favorite Christmas carol.
I think that's a terrible idea.
So, did you hear what my proposal was to Matt and Josh the other day on WKOV?
No.
No.
Oh, this is a good one. What is the most annoying Christmas song to you that exists? Traditional Christmas song.
I think it's traditional. That donkey song.
Oh, the one that Cheryl keeps on
Yeah,
playing.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean traditional. Like the most annoying traditional Christmas song of all time. It never ends.
Baby, it's cold outside always makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, that one, no. How about the 12 Days of Christmas?
Okay,
Because it
actually,
never
yeah.
freaking
Oh, yeah.
ends. It goes on and on. So I proposed that Josh and Matt do a 24 hours of the 12 Days of Christmas. They said the same thing.
Yeah,
They said
that-
the same thing. They did say, however, that they might agree to doing their morning show and just playing every version that they could find of the 12 Days of Christmas.
That might be kind of entertaining.
I'd
God,
listen
can you
to that.
imagine? Ugh.
I mean, if it's different.
I was trying to get them all kind of troubles. All I was doing.
You might have done it.
I can see it now, Alan. Why is it the 12
Yeah.
Days of Christmas?
can
Turn
see
it
that.
off. No, back when when Dad was programming the music for this station, every time, because he could go in and program, songs and whatever, and every time that would come on, I'd be like, it's track 42 on blah blah blah, and he would like go in and turn it off because I was like, I can't take it, and he couldn't take it either. So let's see. Pete Wilson just walked in. What is the most annoying Christmas song of all time to you? Like traditional Christmas song. We'll see if he gets it.
Traditional Christmas song?
Yes.
You mean like a carol?
Yes.
I like them all.
Okay. See, no one's getting what I'm throwing down here.
I get it. I get it.
Okay. Adrian agrees with me. I told Matt and Josh that they should do 24 hours of the 12 days of Christmas because it's the most annoying Christmas song of all time.
Right. Okay.
And they didn't like my idea, but I thought it was funny. Anywho, Pete Wilson is here. So what are you boys asking Santa Claus to bring you for Christmas? I guess that's what I wanted to ask. New shoes?
Yeah, 'cause I
ones
keep
that your
forgetting to buy
toes ones that your toes don't pop through?
Exactly.
This boy, I never seen anything like it. He goes and buys new shoes, and a week later his toes have gone through them.
Yeah.
I think you walk too much.
I do. I walk really fast paced, and I do these intense steps, and it just tears right through them. Yeah.
So you want new shoes? What kind of shoes do you want?
That's the thing. I have no idea. That's why I just want new shoes.
Okay,
That way I don't have to touch it.
Santa, bring Dylan new shoes with reinforced toes, please.
Yep, steel plated.
Yeah. How about you, Adrian?
I'm a bit more nerdy. I just want some like board games for Christmas.
Yeah, you told me that the other day that you asked for board games. What kind of board games?
My favorite kind are like ones where it's like you can set it up however, but they actually do have like in their book they're like, hey, here's like a plot line so you can actually like have a story if you want to go along with the board game.
Okay. There you go. That sounds like way too much thought for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want to play Chutes and Ladders.
I mean, I also did one Clue, so.
Candyland. Yep. I get it. Absolutely. Well, you guys know I already bought my birthday or Christmas present for myself. Josh just walked in. Hey, Josh, are we going to do it?
Okay, so
I can tell it's been thought
So
of.
here's the deal. Yes, we are going to do Friday, 12 Days of Christmas.
Yes.
During the show, and we're going to play different versions of the 12 Days of Christmas.
Yes.
So we've been looking for different ones, like the Bob McKenzie. There's 12 Pains of Christmas.
I love it.
So yes, on Friday during the morning show, Matt and the Morning Crew, we will be playing the 12 Days of Christmas, different versions, and I have found 12. Of course, actually, I found 13 because the Muggles have a version.
Oh my God.
But I don't think we're going to do that one. So.
That's icky and
Anyway,
weird.
yeah.
Good.
I commented, but I knew that nobody was sitting at the computer.
Well, and don't forget that you have to drive by and see Josh's new leg lamp in the window of the WKOV studio. And it is not one of those little itty bitty versions. It is a full-size version of the leg lamp from A Christmas Story.
Oh, awesome.
Don't you be going in there and, rubbing on it.
Now, he
Dylan.
commented something on Facebook that was like, she's a Butte Clark. And that just rung in my head because I'm like, that's the wrong movie.
It is the wrong movie.
It's the wrong movie.
But I get what they're saying.
I do.
Yeah. She's a Butte Clark. All right. Well, you guys. So I bought my own Christmas present this year. You guys are going to be so excited for me. Are you ready?
All right.
I bought myself a hairdryer.
That's good,
Nice.
Jen.
Nice.
Don't you think my hair looks like extra shiny now?
I mean, it kind of does, yeah. I can see that.
They're so full of it.
There's a little bit more blonde in there.
It's the little things that get Jen, all worked up. New hairdryer.
I'm kind of the same way.
Pete want to know what hotel I stole it from. I will never tell.
Okay.
All right, we'll get out of here. Pete Wilson is here. Thank you, boys, for stopping by. It's always good talking with you. And we do, though, have to find out what's going on, the latest and greatest in news. And I know Jackson had some festivities over the weekend, as well as some of the others. But I don't know. I wasn't there, but those Jackson fireworks sounded like a war zone. At my house on Standpipe Road, my dog was losing her mind. I couldn't believe it. They must have been some really good fireworks.
Well, $9,000 worth, on Christmas
That
month.
is
So that's
awesome.
not bad that the local donors and the Firefighters Association that puts that together, the tourism board that helps fund it. It's wonderful
Beautiful.
that they do that. And, it was a decent evening to be out a little warmer. But anyway, I'm not going to tarry any longer. We need to get into Christmas. And I tell you what,
Yep.
there was so much Christmas, we got to divide it into two.
Oh,
today
my.
and tomorrow.
Okay.
I was at Oak Hill. Some of Dylan's folks went to Wellston for me for the Lions Club Christmas Parade.
Yep.
Red Thompson was up in MacArthur, and Jeremiah Shaver was in Jackson, and Colton. So today we're going to look at some photos from Oak Hill, Vinton County, and Wellston. And
Okay.
tomorrow Jeremiah will do the Jackson and Colton, and he'll show you some fireworks pictures. He's got one
Very
that's really cool of a certain formation that they have that I have not seen before.
Oh, awesome.
And we've got some other news too, but we'll work it in the best we can. But I'm telling you, over the weekend, Christmas. We're not over with, but this was the big weekend. All right, well, okay, Adrian, cue me up, buddy. We're going to show some pictures from the Oak Hill Christmas in the Village.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that is Archie the Acorn in a Santa suit. Now, Archie the Acorn
Nice.
is the new mascot for Oak Hill Sports and also for the band, and he was leading the way. A lot of times you see the head majorette out there throwing the baton.
Yeah.
They have Archie the Acorn. You can see the band behind him as they come up East Main Street. Craig took off from the old high school lot, ended up at Central Memorial Park where there was lots of activities. It was along the way.
Hey, I know that guy.
That is Chris Walls, and my gosh, does he do so much for a lot of organizations, including the Madison Jefferson Firefighters Association. He and his wife Felicia were two of the movers and shakers. They always are. I know there's others, but I mean they are two of the big doers. Look at all those mostly toys that Chris is posing by. They were all sold at the Madison Jefferson Firefighters Christmas auction on Saturday night, and they take that money, turn it into hams for the food pantry that are given away at Christmas, and then the money is given to organizations around Oak Hill. I think the Growing Oaks do a gift drive, and then that ends up as gifts for underprivileged and needy families in the Oak Hill area for Christmas. So. I know he's very thankful for all the donations that they got to have the stuff for the auction, and then the buyers who stepped up. A lot of them did it because they know where the money goes. So thank you, Chris Walls.
Yes.
Okay, that young man right there is a star in Oak Hill, and he is a nice young man. He's a junior at Oak Hill High School. His name is Grant Lambert. He's a member of the band. 10 years ago, as an elementary student at Oak Hill Elementary School, Grant in Oak Hill, there was no community Christmas tree, at least that was recognized as the community tree.
Sure.
So he says, why don't we have a community tree? I asked his mom, Tiffany Jonas, that. And Tiffany made some calls and like that, well, maybe we could do this. They had a community tree that very same year at the Oak Hill City Building, the
Okay.
Imogene Brunton Davis Memorial Building. Well, the next year at Central Memorial Park, they started the Christmas tree display there. It's every Christmas. And so one tree that was his brainchild turned into what the Oak Hill Historical Society now does every year at Central Memorial Park, and that is Christmas in the Park, which usually is a lot of Christmas trees around the oval there. This year they did Christmas trees and wreaths. Christmas trees, a lot of Christmas trees were not readily available. People could bring their own trees, and there were some of those, but other people rented wreaths, and they were up on that rail fence, made for a different look. But just the same, they lit everything. Grant has been given the honor of pulling the switch every year at the ceremony on
that's
Saturday
great.
night. And so I took a picture of him just after that. And this is Bryce Wernz, who's been the director of the Oak Hill Bands for quite a number of years, very accomplished. That is him leading the band, and they're all in their Christmas sweaters, as you can see. That's at the park where they played some Christmas songs just before Grant pulled the switch. And let me tell you, that band sounds good. It really does. They sounded good in the parade, and they sounded good out there.
Love it.
Out there, on the grass by the gazebo in the shelter house there in Central Memorial Park. So, those lights are lit every evening now, and will be through the holiday season. I think all the lights, as a matter of fact, are now lit in the different parks. Central Memorial Park in Oak Hill, Manpower Park in Jackson. They had their tree lighting on Saturday night. We'll show you some pictures of that tomorrow. Up at the Vinton County Fairgrounds, they've got the Fair Board's got Christmas trees that you could bring on your own up there. And then, of course, that wonderful display at Pride Park in Wellston, 100 trees. It's on the Holiday Lights Tour statewide.
That's
so that's
awesome.
a lot of very prestigious. I drove into Wellston, had to be there to do something for the paper, and it was just getting dark. And so Pam and I drove by that park. It is so beautiful.
It's
And
magical.
You got to do two things. You got to see it in the daylight, and you got to see it at night, because in the daylight you can walk through and see all those trees, who they're
Yeah.
dedicated to. A lot of memorial trees, a lot of just Christmas spirit celebrating trees. But I'm sure all those displays are very nice. Was that it on the Oak Hill pictures? Here's one more.
Oh, my
Of course,
goodness.
Santa was in the
Love
gazebo
that.
afterwards. That is Collins Chambers. He was one of the first kids to see Santa. And Santa, there was a long line there. There always is. And everybody put in their orders just before Christmas. We'll see how everybody does. I have on good authority that Collins Chambers was good this past year. All right, we will turn to Wellston, and the Wellston Lions Club had their parade on Saturday afternoon. That is a tradition, goes back many, many years, and that is the iconic Wellston Lions Club float. Santa, of course, standing up, riding there. There's elves on the float. It is a
Yes.
beautiful float.
I got to ride on that a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Oh yeah, and
It was a magical experience, by the way, too.
well, it
was cool.
It is very
So
nice.
fun.
It just adds an extra dimension to the Santa Claus experience in Wellston.
Yep.
And of course, Santa and the elves were there. They rode through the parade, and then after the parade, they were at the Wellston City Building to meet kids. And those are some of the enablers with the Lions Club that helped make that happen. And of course, one of the elves is there. Anna Lewis, who helps with the Lions Club Santa float every year, is sitting on Santa's lap there. And even the Grinch showed up, as you can see there. And
Yes.
and he added to the merriment. He didn't try to pull the plug on anything. He was there to help, even though he still looks rather fearsome, I'll have to say.
He does.
So we will have some coverage of all the Christmas stuff. We hopefully in Wednesday's paper we'll cover a whole lot of it. But once again, major celebrations in Oak Hill, Wellston, MacArthur, and of course Jackson. And we have some pictures to show you now from the Christmas in Downtown celebration that was in MacArthur on Saturday. Here is one of the more distinctive floats with a gingerbread theme. Young lady
How
sitting
fun.
there. They had a parade through the downtown area, ended up at the courthouse. Santa Claus was there to meet with the kids at the courthouse. They had a Christmas tree there as well. And there were some other activities that went on in Christmas in the downtown. That is our own Matt McKee, who did a radio remote. That he is in front of the new Vinton County National Bank. They're at 203 West Main Street. And
Absolutely gorgeous.
It was a wonderful thing that Vinton County National Bank did. Very smart. They just opened that new building on November 25th, but they waited till this Saturday to do a formal open house because you get to celebrate Christmas at the same time. They allowed people, of course, to come in and see the building. They did some nice things in there as well. I know that Mrs. Claus was there to visit with the kids. There's Mrs. Claus.
She looks
She
familiar.
does look kind of familiar. I had not met Mrs. Claus in a while, but she does have a familiar-looking face there.
Doesn't she?
I tell you who she looks like. She looks like Amanda Crabtree, but of course she isn't.
She isn't.
She isn't. But as you can see, that young lady loved talking to Mrs. Claus there. And also, there's the Vinton County the Vinton County High School Band performing during the parade, and also performed at the courthouse when the parade was over. They played some Christmas songs there as well. And then over at the library, they had a nice event over there. The Columbus. Let me make sure I get that name right. The Columbus Bell Rings, I think is right.
Okay.
But that's Jared Ozier. He is a Vinton County High School graduate who now has an important job there in the Columbus area, lives in the Columbus area, and he directs this handbell choir out of Central Ohio. The last several years, they have done a concert on the Christmas and Downtown Day at the library. It's its own thing, but they do it on that same day, which I'm sure is planned, and that is Jared Ozier. I remember when I was the Rotary Club president, I had Jared down to speak and sing to the Rotary Club. Wonderful singer and musician, and I'm not surprised that he ended up in music. So that's Jared Ozier
Cool.
and the handbell choir there. So once again, we'll have a lot of coverage in our paper Wednesday. A lot of pictures to share from all the Christmas events, some leftover ones from the May You Brown Christmas Cheer event as well. And this is going to come a little later in the week, Jennifer, but I want to mention it because it was such a special event. The Davis McCormick Choirs did their annual Christmas concert last night, and it was a sellout. There wasn't a seat to be held. Some people showed up late and they could not get a seat. Some people had a ticket and still couldn't get a seat.
Oh, really?
Because they couldn't, as they came late, they couldn't find where the loose seat was somewhere.
I mean, that's great. Good problem to have.
It was great. But see, they had the handbell choir, a community handbell choir there. A lot of the members were from the Presbyterian and Methodist churches. Mm-hmm. And they hadn't been active for very well, but Paul Hogue got them together. They performed.
Love that.
And then there was a children's community choir, and let me tell you, those kids were great. And they brought along their parents and grandparents, and that helped with the attendance. But the two top selling concerts at the Marquee are Dwight Eisenhower and the Davis McCormick Christmas concert now. And by the way, on Friday, Dwight Eisenhower did Elton John. Now, can you imagine that? Elvis and Elton?
He's crazy talented.
It wasn't full, but they had over 200. And I have on.
Yeah, I think we fed them all before they went to the market.
Well, I have on good authority from Jules Stewart that it was a big hit, and that Elvis or Elton did very well. Now, if Dwight really wants to outdo himself, he'd have a 2-part concert, and on the other side of the intermission, he becomes Elvis. He becomes Elton John.
Wonder how he would do the hair.
Right, I don't know. I am told he had the look and he had the sound.
Yep.
So anyway, lots going on at the Marquee always, but that concert was great. There was true, and I'm not kidding you, there was true community Christmas spirit at that concert last night. All the kids dressed up, the adults dressed up. It was great. All right, we do want to tell you also that the Wellston Lions Club Santa Float, I almost left this out. It is going to be touring the area.
It goes on tour.
It starts tonight. Yep. They'll be in different places in Wellston. Didn't say where they would be, but it will be in Wellston. And then tomorrow they go to Hamden. I think they stop at the fire department there. And then they'll hit some other areas in Wellston, kind of on the north end, some big apartment complexes, Wellston Villa, the Bundy Heights apartments, and they'll go into the Oak Ridge subdivision. That's on the north side of the city. They'll hit other areas of Wellston too. They are definitely coming to Jackson later. I believe that's on a Friday. That's on a Sunday and a Monday. Maybe this coming Sunday and the next Monday. I'll confirm that, but I do know that they're coming, and I imagine they'll be at Colton too, and they'll be going around Wellston.
Oh yeah,
it's all weather permitting.
He's everywhere.
It's all weather permitting. Santa is weatherproof, but the float is not.
Yes.
So, all right. So what else can we tell you? We've got to tell you a couple big sports stories. This, to me, is a major story. I know I'm a sports guy, but you tell me that it's not. One of the state football championship games, John Darrow, who you probably know is an outstanding sports official. There is John on the left. He and his son, Andy, who is on the right, officiated together in a state football championship game.
Oh, that's cool.
It is so cool. John, now get this. He's been in the state tournament for football. He's done 12 games, 5 championship games, because there's a semifinal and a championship.
Sure.
Andy had done a semifinal before, and this was his first championship game. And on top of that, Andy was the referee The referee is the main official.
That's
the guy who
awesome.
says what the penalties are. He makes decisions. He's standing behind the quarterback during plays and whatever.
Yeah.
He's the one on the loudspeaker when you announce a penalty. So that made John so proud that he was able to do that with Andy. And we're going to do a story about that, but we wanted to show you that picture because that is an amazing accomplishment for any sports official, let alone a father-son. All right. At Jackson High School on Saturday night, the 1999-2000 members of the Jackson High School girls basketball team had a reunion. They were introduced. The reason that they came back, it's been 25 years since they won a district championship. There's only been 2 district championship girls teams in Jackson High School history, and this is one of them. Now, not all the girls could come back, but 5 of them did. They're holding together pretty good now. They're in their, they're maybe entering their 40s. But from the left, you have Kristen Starkey Taylor. You have Brandy Caldwell Bobick. You have Hannah Evans Wolford. You have Beth Howe, and you have Joni White Gillum.
Yep.
They all played on that outstanding team, 18-6. They won a district championship. They were not defeated in the tournament until they played St. Clairsville in the regional. By the way, the other district championship team in Jackson girls history came in 1992. The late Coach Dorsey, coach of that.
Yep.
The coach of the 1999-2000 team, this part is sad. Tony DeSteven, we also lost him several years ago. He was the coach of that team. His wife, Diane, though, did come back for this event. So that was very nice. It's nice to honor the past, and it's inspiring to the current girls to see what our girls at Jackson can do, when they're playing really well, and it shows you what you can do and win a district championship.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's what we have to report. We'll have a lot of basketball. We'll have a lot of Christmas. We'll have a lot of other things. There was some big business developments over the weekend, but we're going to have to share that a little bit later because there was just too much Christmas. There was 12 days of Christmas. Shall we break out in song?
No.
Okay.
We'll let Josh and them do it on and Matt do it on Friday.
Well, I mean, I like them all. I don't consider that a Christmas carol because you asked me, classic Christmas song. Okay. But I can understand it is a little repetitive, isn't it?
It's like nails on a chalkboard
You
to me. I just
You
can't.
didn't like singing it when you were in the choir, did you?
No, not at all.
Well, what I never liked is when the choir director broke it down, and as a solo, you had to sing one of the,
One of
3
the
days,
days.
4 days, because if you were off tune, everybody knew it.
Well, that would be both of us, wouldn't it, Pete?
For me, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching today. We will be back tomorrow. I think our friends from Ellie Mills, are they still coming in tomorrow? Okay. Well, that's what it says on my piece of paper anyway. We'll find out what's going on in their fabulous store there.
Hey, I want to say this. I know we're running a little bit late, but I covered a ribbon cutting at Ellie Mills on Saturday for a couple more of the businesses that are in there because, before they did 3, but there's 27, I think, that are represented in there. You've got to go in Ellie Mills Mercantile.
Take a look.
Hey,
man.
I'm not a shopper. I'm not I'm not. Oh, that's so cute. I'm not one of those people. But that store is so well laid out, and it has so much good stuff in there.
Yes.
You'll find something. I guarantee you'll find a Christmas gift in there that is unusual and that you may not find anywhere else.
And that's the cool
There's
part
new
about
stuff.
it.
There's antique type stuff. And it's so eclectic. I mean, so many different things that you can find in there. And so I give a lot of credit to Kristen Elliott Miller for coming up with that concept. And we need to support our local businesses.
Absolutely.
I guarantee if you go in there, if you got any money, you'll buy something.
There you go. Check it out. So hopefully we'll hear from them tomorrow. All right. Well, have a great day, everyone. And we'll see you right back here then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.